Origin Chance, welcome to UX, and this video shows why the F-35 is the scariest fighter plane on the planet. There was talk about F-35's rusting recently. Look, I'm a big F-35 fan, so don't even try to come after me like I hate F-35 or something. I'm one of the first guys who tell you that technology usually evolves from America because that's how shit has been happening for decades now. So let's not pretend anyone can do better, right? It's just not gonna happen. America is the richest. They are the one who invents the technology. It's like they check all the boxes. It's not like half boxes are checked by America and half is like by China or Russia. It's not. All boxes are checked by America and everyone kinda do similar thing but not at the level. That's how world is working right now. But I'm concerned about F-35, man. Maybe all the reports of people like questioning F-35 is not wrong. If F-35s are rusting, some systems are kinda targeting F-35. I don't know. Obviously, in actual action, F-35 is probably gonna be unbeatable. Like, who's gonna touch it? But it's maybe not as it's hyped up as. I don't know. And knowing how like USA is just like moving on to next F-47 and then other plane like just moving forward, right? Maybe they realize that. I don't know. But this video is opposite of all I'm saying. This video from SANDBOXX, which SANDBOXX might be biased because he's American, but I haven't seen a single video he makes where he's just biased, point blank. Even India-Pakistan thing he made the video about, he didn't need to be unbiased there. Just like every other video I've seen, he was incredibly unbiased. And he was saying, okay, planes were shot down, but let's chill out a bit. Let's see where the data comes from first. He was the only guy who I ever saw saying that. So he's not biased, right? So this video is going to be interesting for me because, yeah, F-35, the way it's shown, we've never seen it in action at that level. But yeah, now things are ramping up everywhere, Venezuela and things. Maybe we'll see something that's just point blank scary. Maybe that's what this video is. Let's watch this one.
This might just be the scariest video that you'll see all day. It's footage of the world's most advanced stealth fighter, the F-35, loading not one, but two variable yield nuclear gravity bombs into its internal weapon.
Sir, what should we put? One? No, put two. Your two destination and one plane. Seamless technology. What is the modern word is seamless, right? Why send two bombers when you can just send one F-35 to bomb two cities, basically? That's what America's saying.
Weapons bays, allowing this one supersonic jet to unleash nearly 7 times the nuclear hellfire dropped on Hiroshima by a B-29 bomber back in 1945, and all without ever appearing on enemy radar. Now, this footage was captured in August of this year and was just released by the Department of Energy about a week ago now. The F-35 was first certified to carry nuclear weapons back in October of 2023, but testing has continued to make sure these new B-61 TAC-12 nuclear bombs can be carried and deployed by the fighter in any type of combat situation. Now, the B-61 TAC-12 is a variable yield nuclear gravity bomb that can be set to detonate at 4 different blast settings: 0.3 kilotons, 1.5 kilotons, 10 kilotons, and its maximum yield of 50 kilotons. Now, 0.3 kilotons might not sound like all that much, but oh boy.
Okay, first of all, I don't give a fuck how many points there are. It's a nuclear bomb. It's gonna be bigger than any other non-nuclear bomb. Doesn't matter the decibel point. That's how physics works. Anybody who knows anything about physics and how this works, yeah, it's a nuclear bomb. The whole processes are different. This is not a, like a blast combustion type bomb like TNT is. This is a proper nuclear reaction. Are you kidding me? Yeah, 0.3 kiloton is fucking devastating. 30, 50 kiloton, that's way bigger than the original bombs that were dropped. It's not as big as like Castle Bravo and like Tsar Bomba, which is megatons, which is 1,000 times bigger than the 50 kiloton. But US doesn't do that. US doesn't do big bombs now. I mean, Russia is still pursuing that. Russia still do big bombs, but like USA is like small tactical one. Russia is like, I'm going to throw 100 bombs at you rather than one, that kind of thing.
Boy, it is. That smallest blast setting is equivalent to detonating right around 600,000 pounds of dynamite on a target, and it's more than 27 times the blast output of the world's largest non-nuclear bomb, America's GBU-43 Moab, or mother of all bombs. Now, set to
Massive
maximum
ordnance.
at 50 kilotons, well, then we're talking about dropping 100 million pounds of TNT on your enemy's forehead. And again, the F-35 is capable of carrying 2 of these weapons internally while maintaining its stealth profile. And to be totally honest, it could probably deliver a lot more nuclear hellfire than even that. The first production B-61...
Okay, I think SANDBOXX needs to explain this better. Like, I understand it, but okay, I need to say this. F-35 is a small, all-purpose plane, single-jet plane. That shit, using 2 nuclear bombs, is insane. India can throw a nuclear bomb from plane, but it's going to use Sukhoi 30s, which is a dual-engine, big, heavy-ass planes. Not a 5th generation small single-engine multi-purpose plane like F-35. Using F-35 to launch 2 nuclear bomb missiles is stupidity. That's too overpowered, right? It's like having a pistol like a Glock, but it shoots like a shotgun cells. That's stupid. This is that equivalent of thing.
TAC-12 nuclear bomb was delivered to the U.S. Air Force back in 2021, with somewhere between 400 and 500 of these weapons delivered since. But they're not exactly new nuclear bombs. Instead, this weapon is considered a lifetime extension program for the older B-61 TAC-3, TAC-4, TAC-7, and TAC-11 series of bombs, which had the same basic dimensions and produced variable yields that were known to reach at least as high as 340 kilotons, and according to some reports, maybe even as high as 400. Now, it stands to reason that some of these older bombs may still be in the stockpile, and if so, the F-35 may be able to deliver them as well, though any such certification has not been publicly disclosed.
Fuck it.
But even these comparatively massive yields actually still represent fairly small nuclear blasts as compared to the doomsday-style weapons employed by nations like Russia, who claims to have ICBMs in service with maximum yields as big as 50 megatons. That's 50,000 kilotons, and has at times claimed its nuclear torpedo.
Okay, it's not about claiming. Soviet Union had Tsar Bomba, which was 50 megaton. So thinking maybe Russia has this is not that far off. Now, yes, the logistics of it, like, do they have a missile right now? Like, we can't really rely on Soviet times anymore. Okay, do they have modern missiles for it? Did they like maintain their stockpile in a way that's usable? Where did they got money from? Like, Russia doesn't really have like American money, so like there is way too many asterisks and question marks there. But like, do they have ability to have 50 megaton? Yeah, that was Tsar Bomba, right? Like, so they can have it if they wanted to. And to me, it feels like they probably do, because nuclear bomb is the one thing you don't want to mess with, especially if you're trying to flex the whole world. Like, I'm one of the top major power. So if everything fails for Russia, from tanks to jets to everything, one thing they don't want to fail is a proper nuclear bomb. That's the last thing they should have. I don't know.
Called Poseidon might carry warheads as large as 100 megatons, though they did later walk that claim back.
Okay, Poseidon is, I'm pretty sure, is a submarine nuclear bomb which supposedly hit the shore from underground. So basically, imagine if they shoot it from Atlantic and it, like hits in the side of New York and blows up New York from ground up. I think that's how Poseidon's supposed to work. I didn't know that, but the day I realized, like, holy shit, it's supposed to be a torpedo nuclear bomb. But it's like a boogeyman they've been using for like decades. Nobody knows if that's real or not. But yeah, it's a gamble.
Now, America's ICBMs, on the other hand, only carry single warheads with yields of between 300 and 475 kilotons, more than 100 times smaller than Russia's biggest weapons. And that's...
Okay, USA also had like 30 megaton Castle Bravo, but they scaled down from that. It's like, why have such a big thing when you can deliver small one? It's a tactical decision. It's not like America can't do it. They chose to go with smaller ones. Like, why should one big missiles or 3 missiles that somebody can take down, Why not throw 300 of them? Chances of them hitting is much higher type of shit.
Actually,
Logistics.
for pretty good reason. You see, American guidance systems have consistently been better than their Russian counterparts since, well, the heyday of the Cold War. And that has allowed Uncle
shit.
Sam to rely on smaller nuclear weapons to achieve strategic success, simply because the more accurate your weapon, the smaller the blast you need to destroy the target. Russian guidance systems aren't as accurate, so they rely on much larger weapons to produce a much larger blast radius so they can ensure they actually hit their intended targets. It's also worth noting that America spends more on maintaining its nuclear arsenal alone than Russia spends on its entire military combined. So, by relying on fewer, massive weapons for nuclear deterrence,
America's flying at whole another atmosphere right now than anyone else. That's the thing. Anyone like flexing and like, look, I'm not pro-American or something, but what do you want me to do? Lie? This is reality. Like anyone who going against America is stupid, right? I don't know, man. This is just like anybody who compares, like we can compare. No, you can't compare. They have way too much advantage and they have much higher lead than anyone else. Even if China's catching up, they're still catching up. USA is not slowing down.
Moscow may be able to spend a bit less on weapons maintenance. But by now you might be asking, why bother with nuclear bombs at all in the 21st century when ICBMs and submarine-launched SLBMs can already hold the whole world at risk? Well, the answer really comes down to diplomatic posturing and providing leaders with...
What are you talking about? ICBMs are a missile. It needs a nuclear warhead. It's a nuclear bomb. Like, why would you not have nuclear bomb? Like, it's the biggest weapon that anyone can have. I don't get, like, what point did he make? I missed that.
With a variety of options. ICBMs and SLBMs are ever-present threats, but they can't really be used to force an adversary to reconsider its aggressive actions in the geopolitical theater.
It's a vehicle.
But deploying nuclear bombs to, say, the European theater alongside stealth fighters that can deliver them creates the opportunity to...
What are you talking about? Don't ICBM have nuclear warheads inside? ICBM is a missile. Missile is a vehicle. So when they tout like I have the missiles that can travel continents and it has speed of like Mach 15 or something, that's a vehicle. It needs a nuclear bomb inside. Yes, ICBM itself is a bomb in itself. That's how physics work. In physics term, high-speed collision. Even an empty ICBM would do significant damage. But like they usually have nuclear bombs in it. Like I guess he's talking about like the jet nuclear, like cruise missiles or something, right? Or hypersonic missile. Not, but ICBM also have nuclear bombs in it.
To send a very strong message without actually launching any nuclear weapons. And of course, nuclear bombs delivered by bombers and fighters also represent 1/3 of the American nuclear triad, effectively ensuring that even if an enemy managed to somehow incredibly sink all of America's nuclear submarines...
I don't know how many countries have a triad, but I think it's USA, China, India is part of it, probably, yeah, Russia. Which other country has triads, right? Like this is basically air, ground, and sea. So if you have nuclear submarines that can throw nuclear bombs, that's one. Ground-based silos, that's another one. And like air-based. If you have planes that can throw missiles, nuclear-powered missiles, yeah, there's that.
Destroy all of its ICBMs in a nuclear-first strike, well, Uncle Sam could still ruin their day with a nuclear reprisal of his own.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, this is scary. I'm joking, man. The takeaway from this video is like I was like, okay, maybe this is like some overblown thing, but it's not. It's F-35. People don't realize F-35 is not big. F-35 is not supposed to be twin-engine powerhouse. If you see F-35 side by side with the twin-engine powerhouse of a plane, it's very small. It's very small in a radar. So a 5th-gen small that doesn't get picked up on a radar that much using 2 nuclear missiles is stupid. Like I said, India uses Sukhoi 30 Mach something, which is a good plane in its own, 4th-gen plane, not 4.5 or 5th. But it's a heavy-ass plane, big one with an insane range and speed. It's supposed to be heavyweight powerhouse. Yeah, but it's also like, because it's heavy, people can see it coming. There are missiles that can take it out if it done it right way. A small 5th-gen plane that most people can't even detect having 2 nuclear missiles, that's insane. This is why it's scary. F-35 is like the day they realize, okay, we're going to put nuclear missiles on F-35, they immediately know F-35 is going to be symbol of threat. If enemy sees F-35 in the air, like it could be anything. It could be the game over for many reasons. That's how scary it has become. Rebel, if you like my reason, subscribe and I'll see you next time.